60 million. That's the number of people, either brothers, sons, or dads, because no women were allowed to fight in World War II, that were killed in war. This war affected everyone and everyone outside of this room. Although this war was astonishingly devastating, this war brought numerous technological advances, but none other more significant than that in the field of aerospace. This advance in tech and aerospace was needed because planes at this time were not up to par with that of the technology that was available to the United States government. While serving in World War II, my grandpa got wounded multiple times. He retired from the military and then returned to the United States to become a military mechanic. He worked on airplanes and other types of aircraft. In a personal interview with my dad, my grandpa passed away, so I can interview him. In an interview with my dad, he said that my grandpa's favorite type of plane was a B-17 Flying Fortress. Today, I will be talking about the rapid development of this plane and the tech accomplishments, as well as the plane's role in World War II, and finally, the advanced weaponry this plane had. Although the B-17 was developed in a swift amount of time, it was one of the most widely used and widely accomplished types of aircraft. From an online article from Boeing, an airplane manufacturer, this plane went from design board to test flight in a little less than 12 months. A normal plane would go from design board to test flight in a little less than 3 years. Although the U.S. has strict regulations on aircraft and still has strict regulations, they turned a blind eye and let this plane slip through the cracks and thrown into war in an extraordinary amount of time. This plane is not just known for its swift development, but also for its sleek and new and modern interior and exterior. This plane held 10 people and 3 times the weaponry of a normal bomber, according to a World War II expert video. And also, according to a Dallas News article, when introduced in 1935, this Boeing plane was the first military aircraft with a flight deck. This means that the pilot and other crew members could walk around the cabin instead of staying in one spot. Although many events helped the Allies win World War II, the B-17 bomber was the main reason. According to aviationhistory.com, updated in 2015, this plane was used in every single theater of war, from Japan to Europe to anywhere else. This plane was used from hitting small artillery to wiping out large bases in a small amount of time. After repeated success, this plane was based in the main stage of the war in the UK to wipe out nearby German targets. Along with a new grandiose interior and exterior to protect itself from ground units, this plane has much more cargo hold, more weapons, and bombs on board. This plane usually carried around 13 50 caliber guns, a Brandex powered chin turret, and revised turbochargers, according to militaryfactory.com. This plane also carried up to 5,000 pounds of heavy artillery and destroyed any target it desired. In conclusion, this plane was probably the greatest plane to ever fly.